the topics for today class is going through every function of building a house, decorated with furnitures. I will show you every way possible you can do the house system and the decoration system inside of your adult pet maps. Alright, so firstly we'll go through these lectures, example maps again, one by one. I will point out the essential function you need to have for the house system, and then we'll go straight into the tutorial. I will show you how to do each function and show you different ways you can do it. You can pick which way you want to apply yourself, right? Alright, let's jump into the first one, which is the Vietnamese lecture maps. I believe we have a teleport to the house area. Alright, right here. Yeah, this is the house areas. We need to find the house. Where is it? Oh wait, there it is. Right, so in a adult pet maps, like I said, you need to have some pets, 4 to 5 pets at least. And for house, you need to have at least 3 to 4 house. So you can have a lot more if you want to, but the minimum number is 3 to 4 house in the adult pet maps. This is like a whole city, and this have to be at least like 1, 2, 3, 4. This should be at least 10 house in a row. That's a lot. But hey, the more you have, the more player can participate in the games. Alright, so for the house system, you will have a lock system. This is the lock system. So the lock system will prevent you to go in the house before you have the house key. So you have to buy or get the house key to get in the house. So that is the lock system, and there are multiple ways you can do the lock system to prevent player to go in the house before they actually own it. I don't know if I can cheat my way in by through that window. It looks possible. I want to try that out, so hold on. I see the window right there. Is it blocked? Hold on. Alright, let's try and see if we can cheat our way inside, because I want to show you the decoration system as well, but because the map needs to green a lot in order to get your own house, we cannot actually do that on live. So oh, it's blocked. There's an invincible one right here. Alright, so I cannot actually show you the furnitures because I mean all of the lectures map have the same function. The house is empty, so once you buy it, you go inside, you can decorate it with different furniture, you place them out, and you can set them whenever you want to. So yeah, that's basically the most essential function of the house system. Alright, so this house has 2 floors, so that's kind of nice. Look at my mouth. Alright, so let's go on to the next maps, which is the Thai lectures map. This map I believe is a bit different. So in this map, we don't have our house ready, but we can build our own house from scratch. So it's kind of fresh and different from the other maps, but yes, you can also try to do it like this. It's also a way. So in this map, there's no house for you to buy, so there's no lock system, but there's a place you can buy blocks, and you can build up your house on this island by yourself. You design your own house. Of course, that would take a lot more times, but the blocks is a lot cheaper than like buying the key to the house in other maps. So yeah, this is also a way to do it. I don't know if I should say that if this is recommended or not, because basically the whole gameplay, it has to include like the house system. So I don't know if this will work or not, but it's still something very fresh, very original, very nice. It should with the island tab, because there's no like modern house on random island. There's just like some small house like this, some coconut trees, and a lot of chests. Alright, the third example is the Chinese lectures maps, and this one so far by far is the easiest one to see, because right away you will see you have a lot of house. You have a bunch of house, and you actually have different sizes of house to choose from. So this means that if you want to get in a bigger house, it will cost you more money. Let's see. So the house with the key is the one you can buy and get in. So this is like the I think this is the average one. This is the small one. So yeah, this one is smaller than that one, and you can see that there's also a lock system. You cannot go in unless you have the key. I don't know if I can get the key to show you guys. Okay, 10 mini coins for 1 key, and I only have 5, so I can actually go in and show you. But hey, it still works the same, except this map has actually multiple style of house you can choose from, so that's very creative. Usually I only see like one type of house. Right, so that should be the house in this maps. Yeah, they looks alike. Yeah, they look a lot alike. Different keys, different color keys. All right, so the last one should be my tutorial scene. It's not an actual game, but yes, I have also the house system, the lock system, and the furniture system ready to show you. All right, so the house system, as you can see, without a key you cannot actually go in. Even if you try to open the door, it won't let you in. And it's a bit different from the other lectures map, because I don't use invincible blocks. I use triggers to prevent players to go in unless they have a key. So yeah, and once they have the key, they can just hold the key and they can just teleport inside easily. Alright, so that's one thing. So the next one is the furniture. So the furniture here, in my maps, you can place out and then pick it up again to rearrange the furniture whatever way you like. And you want to have that because you don't want players to spend a lot of time to break the furniture then place them again. That will like the actual survival mode, and that is just not how mini games work. So let's see if we can show you some example. Okay, so let me put some furniture in here, and let me take the house key to show you that you can actually go inside the house when you have the key. Alright, so house key number 1, put it in here. Alright, let's test it out. Okay, so I have the house key, I have 2 furniture here. So house key number 1 used to go to house number 1 right here. As you can see, I can go in the house easily with the house key. So yeah, that's how it works. Alright, so the furnitures. Now for the furnitures, let's say I want to place my desk here. Yeah, my table here, and maybe my chair here. And then suddenly one day I change my mind. I want to place them on a different spot. So how can I do it? Do I need to have like some tools to break down the blocks? No. All I have to do is click on them and I will have them back. And I click on them and I have them back. And then I can place them out again whenever I want to. And as you can see, this only works with the furniture's blocks. It doesn't work with any random blocks in the maps, only the furniture's blocks. Alright, so that is also one of the essential elements that I will show you in today's class. Alright, so that's all of the example part. So now we can actually get into the actual tutorial of how to set up your house, the triggers for the lock system, and the triggers for the furniture system. Alright, first of all is the house. In the first step, I already showed you like how you can get the term, the overall top base, and then you should build your own a dog pet village, city, something like that, and you should have some house. You should have at least 3 to 4 house, the minimum number, but the more you have, like the better your maps look and the more points you will get. So yeah, right. So once you have your house design built, maybe you have a lot of floors, not as simple as this, because this is just a tutorial scenes that I made up. Right, so you want everything inside the house to be empty, so there should be nothing inside the house except a stair and just some rooms, stuff like that, and a door. So that's all you need for the house. And then first we'll go through how you can set up the lock system for the house. So when the player doesn't have the key to the house, they cannot enter the house. Alright, so in order to do this, you first will need to create a key items with plugins. So you go to the plugins of the maps, you go to props, you want to click on add, you want to create new, you want to click on the plus sign, you want to create a mix items. There will be no ability, skill, attribute to these items. You just need to build a key shape item. Maybe have different color for the keys, and you just add it in. Right now I don't have any key shape items, but I believe that you can easily find some key on the library as well. There's some models up there that people already made you can use as well. So once you have that, you can name the key. Maybe you have 3 house, you need to have 3 different keys. You cannot use the same keys for all the house. So yeah, if you have 10 house, you make sure you have 10 different keys. So for example, this is key 1 for house number 1, or maybe different colors like key red for red house, stuff like that. So once you have the item, you save it, and you should have an item like this. So this is just an example. I don't have a key model, so I use this instead. So this is house number 1 key, house number 2 and house number 3. They all the same, they don't have any attribute or skills, but they still an items to use. So once you have the key, now you can go inside your maps again and set up the lock system for your house. So I have 3 house, I have 3 keys. Right, so now let's get into the first way you can set up the lock system for this type of game. Alright, so go in this triggers. We will go down to the tutorial trigger right here. Alright, so let's show you the new trigger today. So this one we name lock system 1. Alright, so the first way I can show you is setting up the triggers when the player go into areas. Oh yeah, you need to select the area also. So you need to select the area of the house. If you're gonna use this way, you need to set up the area for the house. So I already did that. If I go in here and I turn this on, you will see that I already set up the area for this house. So right here, so all the house I have circled the area for it. If you want to do this way, you need to circle the area before setting up the trigger. So once you have the area for the house, like 3 house, you have 3 areas. So for example, house 1, you have area 1. Once you have that, you will select the triggers when the player enter the areas 1. For example, and then you set up the condition to player handle items. Option, select this to no. You want to select this item to the key, custom key, house key. Alright, so this means that, well, this condition means that if the player don't hold the exact item in the hand, the house key, they cannot go in the house. Alright, for action, you can do it like that. So the player will be there's actually multiple way you can do it. So if they don't have the key, they will be teleport. So maybe they teleport back to the starting point. So you will select the change location. If you don't want the player to get teleport, you want them to die instantly, you can go to player and set the 5th player. That is another way you can do it. If you want to do it like I did, like the player cannot go in and they get pushed out, you can set up that to player. You set to make the player move toward this direction, and you set this to the back with the speed is 1. Alright, so there's 3 ways you can prevent the players to go in the house with this way of setting up the lock system. Alright, first one is change location of the player back to the spawn point. This is highly recommend. This second way is just kill the players. Not really recommend, but still usable. This third way that I use is just change the player moving direction. This is actually usable and very fun to use, but it can easily be cheat through, because as you can see, if I don't have the key, I try to go in, it will push me back like this. But if you remember the triggers, it say that it will push the player back. So if I turn my back to the door and I just go in, it will push me inside. So I can easily cheat the system just with turning my back. So yeah, not really secure. So Yeah, the best way you should do is teleport the players. When they try to get in but they don't have the key, teleport them back to the starting point. All right. Also, you should also add some notification to let them know that they need to have the key to get in the house. So in order to do that, you go to player, you go to display text to player, or display the chat info. Display text will disappear after like a second, but display chat info will stay there forever. So depending on which way you want to do it. So maybe display text to player, you want to enter something like unit house key 1 to get in. You can add in color for your text if you want to by using color code. Yeah, so then they will know that if they want to get in the house, they will need the key item. So yeah, that's how you do it. Alright, so this is the first way you can set up the lock system. Make sure you add in notification, or you add in some animation of the key like the other lectures maps, so they know that they need the key to put in the door. Or you set up some notification bar like this, but try and make it more obvious. This is actually very bad because it's small and sometimes the player won't be able to read it. Alright, so the second way you can set up the lock system is not by using error, but using invincible blocks. Alright, so the second way you want to do this is you place some invincible blocks or invincible wall in front of the house like this. So maybe you set it up like this, or you set it inside like this right here. Either way, the player will not be able to, oh my god, to get in if they don't have the key. And I believe this is the way that the other lecture use. So they just set up an invincible wall like this, and there will be no need for choosing an error for this trigger. So they cannot get in because they're an invincible wall. But what you need to do is you need to select the error of that invincible wall. So you need to select the error of these two blocks right here. If you have a bigger invincible wall, make sure you select all of that. Right, so now you have that. You select that errors and you have the invincible wall ready. Now you want to set this up to a new triggers. We'll call it the lock system 2. So this is another way you can set up the lock system. Pick whatever way you like, however you want to do it. Alright, so this lock system 2 is when the player click on blocks. So condition wise, you will need to select blocks type, determine blocks type in specific location. You want to select template library. You want to select the exact invincible blocks. Where is it? It should be functional blocks. Oh, there it is. Air1 and not event position. You want to select the choose location. Hold on. You want to select the function library. You want to go to is there a location? Location. Central location. Okay, you want to select this one. This one will random location of error, because the one that you select is like an error. It's not one location, so you want to select the whole error. So random location in errors. You want to select the one that you just picked, the error. Make sure you name your error as well. Easier to remember. So now you have this. And if it's an error, then you add in another condition, which is if player have the not handle, but just determine number of on item. So now you want to set up the item types to the house key number 1, and then you set up the value to greater than or equal to 1. Alright, so that's the second condition. So if they click on the air blocks and they have the key, then destroy the air blocks in that area. So now you want to remove blocks, remove all blocks in event position. Remove blocks are Oh wait, I picked the wrong action. Hold on. There's an action that you can remove every blocks in that area. So remove block in area. Okay, this one. Okay, remove block type in event in area that you have select. Alright, so if this is correct, it should work out perfectly. So now let's change to play mode. I will go ahead and grab my key, and as you can see, Invincible wall will not let me pass, but I have the key, so I click on it and it disappeared. The invisible one disappear. I can go in and out normally. So that's how you do it. The lock system number 2. Make sure you also set up the notification, like to let the player know that they just unlocked the house. Display text to player maybe. Character string will be something like you just bought house 1. Yeah, something like that. So they know that they just unlocked the house number 1. Alright. And maybe set up another triggers for if they do not have this house key, it will show a different text. Like you need key to unlock house number 1. So all you need to do is set another triggers and fix this to less than. If they have less than 1 key, then it will not unlock the door. Delete this, and then it will show a text like you need key to open this house, something like that. You need to buy this house first. Alright, so that's 2 ways you can set up the lock system for your house. Either way, whichever way you choose, make sure that you set up the triggers here correctly, and you will do just fine. So this first one, you need to select the whole area of the house. This second one, you need to set up the invisible wall and then select the area of that invisible wall. Alright, so there's 2 different ways you can set up the lock system for your house. Right. Again, this 2 trigger here. If you miss any of the tutorial just now, you can always go back to the record video on Monday. Alright, that should be how you can set up the lock system for your house in the Adopt Pet maps. And now we can actually move on to how you can set up the furniture shop for the Adopt Pet maps, and how you can set up the placing triggers for these furniture. So again, you can use the already available furnitures inside the game like this, but if you have like custom built furniture, you will have more points for that, so just more chance of winning if you have your own models. You can also grab some furniture model on the resource library, resource center right here. Just go to category, you will see there's a tag called furniture right here. Look for it, and there will be a bunch of things you can actually get and then put it in your own maps. Or maybe you want to have something more like high quality, you can always check this. Go to features, and it should show you all of the most quality build. Why is there a wheelchair here? What the heck? A wheelchair is not a furniture. Alright, so there's some free, there's some you can get with mini beams, and yeah, there's all kinds of things you can find here. Very quality one as well. You can also build your own furnitures if you can, and definitely try and do it. But again, you can always use the free model on the library. Alright, so once you have the models ready, you need to set up the shop for the furniture. So in order to set up this shop, you need to have an NPC character that sell the furniture's items for the players. Again, you can use the DY characters or skin character like in the all the lectures map. They use DY characters to become the seller in the maps. It's quite simple. If you have DUIs or skin character, you can always set it up. If you don't want to do that, and you have your own NPC characters models that you have for the specific terms already, you can also put it in like I did here. So I have this model, and what I did is I create creatures based on my models here to make it become a shop. So when you create this shop characters, you want to set up the name to visible, so everybody know that it's a shop. And you can be more specific, like you can set up like this is the furniture shop, so furniture shop. Yeah, something like that. Oh, and I think it's spelled wrong. Yeah, definitely spelled wrong. Oh well. Alright, so just make the name visible and add in some color code to make it more easier to see by player. And if you have different models than I have here, make sure you have the size adjust to the size of the player so they can actually see the shop, not like this. This is too big, and as you can see, the shop will be blocked by the models. So make sure you have the size set up reasonably. And then you go all the way down to you want to set up attack off, movement off as well. You don't want the NPC to just go around disappear. You go all the way down here, and you want to set up interaction. You want to open a shop, so you create a shop by click on this. You name it like I already did here. I name it House Up by Furnitures, and then you go to product setup. And then you can put every furniture you want to sell in here. Whichever furniture you have you want to sell, set up the furniture, set up the price of the furnitures, and just click confirm, save the shop, and you should be ready to go. So that's how you set up the shops by using an NPC character. What the heck? Oh my god. It's so buggy. I don't know why. Let's just save it and see what happened. Oh dang. What happened? Okay, what will it look like inside the maps? Let's find out. Oh, it looks normal inside the maps. Alright, that's cool. Alright, so once you have that, now you want to make sure that your NPC who sells stuff for the player, who sells furniture for the player, will not die. So you need to set up a trigger to prevent that NPC from being knocked away like this. This is really bad. If the NPC got knocked away and the player cannot find him, or he died during the way, that would be really bad. Alright, so how can you set up the NPC to be invincible and just not die by any means? Alright, so what you want to do is, first you want to go out to plugin menus and you want to check what the NPC team is. You need to have the NPC team attributes. So you want to see, oh wait, it's better. You want to see the group of the NPC. So you will need to choose a team for this NPC to set up a trigger for being invincible. So you pick one of these team here, whichever one you like. So for example, purple team. So you remember what team the NPC is on. And now let's go ahead and set up the invincible triggers for the NPC. This will be also very useful for all the types of map where you have NPC selling stuff and you don't want the NPC to die. You will need this trigger a lot, to use this trigger a lot. Alright, so what you want to do is you want to name the trigger to NPC or mobs invincible. Alright, so let's set this up. Alright, so first thing you want to set up is event. So you want to set up this to when the game is created. And then you go all the way down to action. You go to no, not player group. You go to creature group. You go to operate trigger on creature set. Alright, so now you have this. You leave it there. You will create another triggers, a second trigger for this to work. Now you go all the way down to condition. You skip the event. You go to condition. You want to select creature. You want to select oh wait, no, you don't need condition for this. Never mind, you only need to action to set up the action. So you go to action, you go to creature, you go to obtain effects. Alright, you go to here and you set up the started effect to this one, this full life effects, and it should protect your NPC of everything. So it will not die, it will not disappear, everything will be indestructible. Alright, so after you have that, leave it there, come back to the first trigger. Now you want to select the trigger here in the action. You go all the way to the trigger you just set up. Select it, and then you want to select creature set. You select all creature in team. And remember the team your NPC was on. select that team. So in my case, in this example, it was the purple team. So I select team purple right here. This you can keep it as fonts, and that should do it. That should make your NPC character invincible. I can test it out for you guys. As you can see, no matter what I do, no matter how I try to hit the NPC or try to destroy it, it will not be killed, destroy, or disappear or move. So this is very convenient to use on multiple maps that you need to have your NPC invincible. Wait, what the heck? Hold on. Oh, so the effect disappear. Are you kidding me? Wait, that's strange. I remember the effect will not disappear if the NPC does not attack back. Alright, so hold on. Okay, so so it seems like these two effects will not be activated forever. Let's try the revive protection. I'm not sure if it's any different than the other one. So the other effects, the full light effects disappear after. Oh, never mind. This one disappear like way faster than the other one. Alright, so that will not work. I will show you another way around this. So you don't obtain effect for the creature. You want to set up creature. You want to set up the attribute. No, not attribute. You just want to set up the. Where is it? Where is it? Move position. Oh wait, here it is. Change the creature attribute. You want to select this option. You go to Invincible, and then you want to set this to off. Alright, so you want to do one more thing. You go to creature again. You want to do attribute setting. You want to go here. You want to set up option. You go to dodge rage right here, and you want to set this up to 100. Alright, so these two action will first, this action will prevent your creature from dying, and this action will prevent your creature to getting hit. Alright, so let's test this out. As you can see, there's no effects like revive protection or whatever, but the creature will not be hit. No matter what you try to do, the hit won't affect, because the hit rate is dodged by the dodge rate, and the dodge rate we have set up at 100%. That means it will always miss. You will never be able to hit the creature now, and even if you manage to hit it for some miracle reason, it will not die, because we already set up the creature tool of defeatable to off. So yeah, and that's how you set up the invincible like stat for your mobs, for selling items mobs in any maps. Alright, so as you can see, it has been more than 10 seconds and the creature is still fine. So yeah, this is how you do it. Alright, so once you have that, you pretty much have your shop ready. You pretty much have your NPC invincible. Nothing can ruin your shop or destroy your NPC. Alright, now all you need left is when you buy these furnitures, how can you make the triggers for the placement and the retrieve of these items like this. So it will be easier for a player to just set up their house, decorate however they want to, wherever they want to place the items, and then just retrieve it back. Alright, so let's get straight into it. So this will be the triggers tutorial on how you can set up the furniture's placements. Yeah, that's a good name. So let's call this trigger furniture. Oh, I still don't know if I'm spelling this right. I think I've spelled it right. Alright. Furniture's placement should be the names for these triggers. Alright, so for these triggers, if you have 10 like furniture's items, you need to set up 10 triggers. If you have one, set up one, but one will not be enough. You need to have a lot of furnitures to make your map more interesting, more content for the player to engage in. There's no minimum numbers, but make sure you have a lot of furnitures. Alright, so let's say you have one furnitures and you want to set that triggers for that one furniture. So you want to do is you want to set to event, You want to select player, click on blocks, and you want to go to condition. You select blocks, you select determine block type. You want to select this to type blocks in event. You go here, you want to set this to the blocks, the furniture block that you are using in this triggers. So let's say, for example, I want to set up the first blocks to be the desk. Where's the desk? I mean the table. Alright, so the tables, for example, the table. If you have a custom model, you can easily find it in the custom section down here. Alright, so once you have that condition, you go to action. You want to go to player. Oh wait, you go to blocks. You go to blocks first. Where's block? You want to select remove blocks, and you set up another action. You go to player. You go to add items, and then you set that item to that blocks that the player just click on. So you look for that blocks. If you have a custom model, it will be way easier because it will always be in the custom section. Alright, so the blocks I need is the table, this table. Alright, so that is how you set up the furniture placement triggers. So now when I place the table, I can easily get it back just by clicking on it. And like for example, if you have more furniture, you set up more trigger like this, all you have to do is copy, paste, and then you change the condition to another blocks that you want to set up, and then you set up the item to another item that you want to set up. Yeah, you need to set up the condition and the item again. Alright, so hold on, where is it? Oh, I miss. Where's the table? Equipment, no. Consumable, function, no. Material, weapons. Alright, I have no idea where the table is right now. Oh, it should be in the 2, no. Equipment, no. Weapon, no. Material, could be, no. Consumable, no. Functional, alright, it should be in here. No, are you kidding me? Alright, it's in the decorated blocks. Alright, so again, if you have your custom build furnitures, it will be way easier to find. Alright, so this is how you do it. The more furniture you have, the more trigger you need to set up. So one trigger like this will be only work for one block. And you need to set multiple trigger because you don't want the player to be able to click on every blocks in the maps. So for example, if I don't set up multiple triggers, I only set up one trigger for all the blocks. This is what will happen. So let's see. Let me see if I can show you what. I will show you what it will look like if you only set up one trigger for all the blocks. So I will turn up this. And let's try it out. So I turn up that condition, and whenever I click on any blocks, it will disappear and I will get another furniture. See, this will be really bad because your whole map will be ruined by this only mistake. So make sure you have multiple triggers for multiple decoration furnitures inside your maps. It's very easy to set up. It's only take like a minute or less to set up one furniture. So make sure you have all your furniture ready. You have your NPC ready, and then you set up all of your furniture in triggers, and then you have everything ready for your house. You have your lock system ready, you have your furniture placement ready, and you have your shop seller NPC ready. Everything is now perfect. So that's all of the triggers for this tutorial, for today tutorials. And if there's any other question you would like to ask me related to the topics or related to this specific tutorial, you can always ask me in the chat.